What's up, nerds? Welcome back. So much to my delight, I just discovered you can still buy these. When I was a little kid, my family's box of Christmas ornaments, for some reason, included a plastic menorah. We weren't Jewish. At the time, I didn't know what it was, and I still don't know why we had it or why my parents didn't stop me from putting it in my bedroom window every year. I just liked the novelty bulbs it came with. Instead of a glowing filament, they produced a strange electric flame. To young me, they were mesmerizing. I mean, I probably spent way too many evenings on my Christmas break as a kid just staring at those bulbs. The only things that could hold my attention longer were Princess from Battle of the Planets and those weird lamps that rained oil. What even were those? Recreate oily rain lamp. When I discovered I could buy reproductions of these bulbs on Amazon, I immediately thought of a use for them. And for that, I've got to make some segmented rings. So there are, of course, LED versions now of flicker flame candles, some of which are all right, I guess. The originals, though, which were popular back in the 70s and 80s, they were filled with an inert gas that produced a ghostly orange plasma that danced across two phosphor-coated metal plates. As far as I'm concerned, those remain the superior version. Now, you may have figured out by now, it may be in the thumbnail, I don't know yet, but I am making a rocket ship. So it should be pretty obvious what the flame bulbs will be for. Now, real quick, I want to show you guys this nifty bit of kit. I watch a lot of British TV. Reolink sent me this to try out. It is their new Argus Magicam for security on the go. You can take this little guy anywhere, staying in a rental, camping out with your RV. It'll stick anywhere a magnet will stick. It also comes with a fully adjustable stand, which I've been using to keep an eye on Sputnik while I'm away, making sure he keeps the birds from getting too greedy. Come to think of it, there's quite a few motels I've stayed in where I wish I could have had one of these with me. It's weatherproof, so you can use it anywhere, inside or out. It can last up to 9 months just on batteries. Really, if you're looking for an affordable entry-level solution to add security to your home without having to run a bunch of wires or just something you can move around as you need, here's your solution. You can access it from anywhere with your phone, and everything is stored locally, so there's no subscription fee just to be able to watch your own recordings. This thing it's so simple to set up and use, yet it comes with many of the same features that more expensive cameras offer. And if you're looking for something more permanent, there's Reolink's solar floodlight camera, which I've had installed outside for a few months now. It's performed reliably day and night, just charging off the solar panels. Again, there are no wires to run, so it's easy to install just about anywhere. I get alerts on my phone whether I'm here or not about activity outside my workshop, like when deliveries arrive or when visitors arrive with the latest buzz. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. With built-in night vision, I get alerted to nighttime intruders, and smart object detection can be set to trigger the floodlight and an optional alarm just for humans. Also, I think I have a chupacabra. Use code WesleyTreat to get 5% off Reolink security options through the rest of 2026. And if you hurry, you can take advantage of Prime Day deals to get up to 48% off. So don't miss out. Just follow the link below. So the bottom of this, the rocket is going to be visible. So I went ahead and I cut this into a nice circle over on the robot. So that's one less thing I have to do on the lathe, because I'm not that experienced at wood turning. Wait, do I want to alternate these? Alternate them like bricks, like this? I'm not sure what effect that will have on turning. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. No, 2. I'm about to get this backwards. 4. Yeah, 1 is on bottom, 15 is on top. I have so many opportunities to screw this up. Figuring out all of the sizes for all of these rings took quite a bit of math. Yeah. I mean, I've got all of my charts and cut lists here. Basically, what I had to do was I modeled it up in Fusion, of course, and then I sliced it into 1-inch slices, and then I measured the diameters of all of those slices, and, well, basically I drew the rest of the f***ing owl. I will link to a couple, I need more weights. I will link to a couple of online tools that I use to figure out the sizes for all of these segments. I already got this one crooked. Oh well, whatever. Insert joke about rocket science. This glue is setting up a lot faster than I would like. Oh, wait, no. Oh no. That was upside down. Whew. I've numbered them and I'm still screwing them up. 2 goes on 3. Glue ups are the most stressful part of any project for me. Titebond should include little bottles of Xanax with every purchase. I'm just kind of eyeballing the centers for these. So I hope I'm getting this right. Okay, this is like 7, 8, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Schlemiel, schlemazel. One thing I almost had to hit the button for. I was making the shell for this rocket about a 1/2 inch thick, but I very nearly forgot that I was going to have to take off quite a bit on some of these because of the angle, which would have carved right through 1/2 inch. So at the last minute, I remembered to make some of these a little bit fatter. And this is the last of my mahogany. So It's starting to look like a doner kebab. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick up some shawarma on the way home now. That was a great sound. Pretty sure I just invented a new musical instrument. Change of plans. Okay. And while that was drying, I cut myself a couple of custom mounts to fit on this geometric beehive. This one's even octagonal to fit right in here. And I'm going to face my fears and try to turn this with traditional turning tools. I am doing it. This is the first time I've gotten this to work so well. It's amazing what you can learn when you bother to look something up. Now, you may have noticed that I turned the rocket without a nose cone. That's because the nose cone comes to a point, and I couldn't turn that along with the rest of it without some other way of supporting that end of the body. Also, I used every bit of mahogany I had just on the body, forgetting about the nose cone. But luckily, very luckily, I found a segmented disc made of mahogany in my scrap bin, which I think was left over from the miniature donuts I made in a previous video. So I threw that on the robot, carved a foot on the bottom, which allowed me to mount it in my 4-jaw chuck, and then turned the nose cone separately. Then I drilled a hole to accept an antenna, that'll come later, sanded off the foot, glued it in place, and blended it with the body using an orbital sander. Easy. Now I've got to make the fins, which I'm going to cut from nice thick 1/4-inch aluminum. Unfortunately, that is just beyond the maximum recommended thickness for cutting on the metal fab, so I'm going to try cutting them on the spinny robot using a type of bit that I've never tried before, which I bought almost 2 years ago and promptly never used. Let's see if it works. Oh God. What happened? Yikes. Oh, that worked really nice. Okay, now I'm gonna run the other two, but with the dust shoe this time, because it looks like a disco ball exploded in here. So alternating these layers was definitely the right call. Eyeballing it though was not. They're not totally lined up, but that's okay. Now I've gone ahead and drilled holes to accept the pins that were milled as part of the fins. But having turned this by hand, it is not exactly the same as my model, so the fins, as is, did not precisely fit. However, instead of trying to, turn this exactly right, I just adjusted the shape of the fins. So now these profiles are exactly the same. However, when I try to install these, I still get the tiniest gap between the fin and the body. Now I made sure to file down the bases of these pins to make sure that they are the same thickness all the way down, and check the depth of the holes, everything. It's just a matter of being able to seat these all the way against the wood, which I can't seem to do without clamping it. And clamping these is wholly impractical. So I figured, if you can't fix a flaw, make the flaw a feature. So I had the idea to add a couple of little black O-rings to the pins and make the gap deliberate. And I really like it. It adds a really nice detail. So that's what I'm gonna do. So now all I've got to do is fit it together with some Total Boat Thixo epoxy. And to make sure it's straight, this is complete overkill, but I've got it, so I'm going to use it. Perfect. Now, getting back to what started this whole thing, I found both large and small versions of these bulbs, and I was just going to use one big one right in the middle of the rocket. But, as I often like to say, if you're going to do it, you may as well overdo it. That is a proper rocket assembly right there, man. Oh, it's so dumb and useless, and I love it. Hey guys, be sure to check out RealLink's special offers at the link below. Supporting my sponsors means supporting this channel. Also think about joining Patreon, also at the link below. You get behind the scenes content and you help keep me making more useless stuff like this. And don't forget, just because you're an adult, that doesn't mean you have to be a grown-up. Don't let age stop you from having fun. Perfect example.